Hey there, gorgeous. My name is Melissa, and I'm also known as the Taropist, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader. Guys, we are just going to do a little whatever comes out reading for any placement of any sign at any time. I wanted to let those of you who are not interested in the introduction know that I am going to leave a little timestamp in the pinned comment below so that you can jump right ahead into the reading. And you can do that at any time during the introduction if you choose, okay? Or right now, whenever you would like to. But, anyways, again, I am the Taropist, and anything that you would ever need to know about myself or my channel, you can either find in the description box below, the community tab, or the channel description as well. You can check out my website, which is www.thetaropist.com. And guys, I do have my Zoom and FaceTime readings closed for the summer months. However, I do still have some pre recorded and email readings available, and those are listed in the description box below. You would just decide which reading you would like, and then there is a PayPal and a Cash App in the pinned comment, or I'm in the pinned comment in the description box below, that you would pay for the reading that you choose, and then you would send the receipt of payment along to the email address listed below, um, with the questions that you have. Okay, guys, and then that would be to you within 48 hours as a receipt of payment. And the reading here is not going to resonate for anyone, guys. It is a collective reading. I do channel energy, however, and if you would like me to be more likely to pick up on your personal situation and energy, engaging with the channel is a great way for you to transfer your energy here onto the channel. And some easy ways you can do that are by liking any of the videos or any of the community tab posts, as well as commenting or sharing any of those items. And my personal favorite, and I think the most powerful way for you to exchange energy or transfer your energy here onto the channel and into the readings is by hitting the little subscribe button below. And if you do decide to do that, guys, and you would like to be notified when I do upload or go live, you can click the little bell notification icon to all. Okay, let's dive right in. I did want to talk about my cute new member of the family. This cute little thing is Moldavite. And if you know anyone who has a hookup on Moldavite, let mommy know, because this costed me way more than I like to admit. And I think buying it retail was not the best way to go. But, anyways, I love you so much, and let's get into the reading. We are going to, I just keep looking at it like, can you guys see it? It's adorable, but it's here for a high vibrational experience and to bring transformative energy into the readings, for those who are viewing and wanting a better life. Okay, let's see what we get here. I think I'm going to start out with the Energy Oracle deck, just to get some overall vibes of the reading. We have a woman holding a coin. And why do I feel like things are really about to start blossoming for you in the financial department? Let's find out more. It's like something about a lesson or a life lesson, or actually, it has to do with boundaries, door to spirit, or your connection to the divine. It's like something about you becoming successful earlier would have deterred your destined path or deterred you from your spiritual awareness or something like that. Let's keep going. Blossoming abundance, by the way, is on the bottom of the deck. That's exactly what I'm feeling. And it's like, there's some things that had you never had to struggle, worry, or fear the unknown or the financial constraints is what I'm getting. We don't have that card here, but it's saying something about you may have just kind of been okay with the monotonous of the world, or the routine, something like that. I hope that makes sense for you. And we're going to move into, I guess, the moonology. Thought we were going to go into the tarot there, but this is what we're doing. Blossoming abundance, by the way, is about what I was saying. I think things are really about, you got the woman holding a coin and blossoming abundance, and door to spirit. And the door to spirit really feels like the reason why things have not been successful for you financially is because it would have been a lot easier to avoid that that sort of Well, awakening, I'm getting, by the way, and it's not easy to awaken or to kind of start to go against the grain or really kind of against what you've always learned or known or what you've always been told. So this is much easier to do if you're not otherwise very comfortable in the matrix. I hope that makes sense for you because now you're about to be very comfortable in the matrix, but with all of the wisdom that you carry from all of the experiences that you had before you were successful. Okay. A win-win outcome in the forecast, and that's one of my favorite cards, and that feels like this Jupiter in Cancer, exalted in Cancer energy, and it's full moon in Libra. We are coming up on a full moon, but today, happy full moon in Capricorn. You could be a Libra, by the way, or a Gemini, or any sign. The answers you need are coming. Yeah, it's like you've been on hold is the energy that I'm getting. And like it's like I'm watching the divine. There's like these reels, by the way. And like, and I don't know if that's what they're called. You know, when like you crank something and they're like zippered. I think they're reels. You guys, my hands do the weirdest things when I'm trying to explain something. But there was like a big like thing wedged in the reel, and that was a divine orchestration. Okay, that was the divine, that divinely orchestrated so that you would find your soul. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you. We have what do you need to release on the bottom of the deck there. Let's get some tarot. And it is saying there is an old mindset here, something that did maybe benefit you in your survival mode. And it was like, well, you were at war and those kind of mechanisms. Let's just talk about like a real war. Maybe you actually are a veteran of some sort, but when you come back to society with the mentality of being at war, it doesn't mesh well. That's not the same mentality needed, or you know, I hope this makes sense for you. So there is something about that now that you're going to be thriving, there is a part of this survival that is going to need to be set down. You are not going to be able to be out here protecting yourself and guarding yourself in this scenario. I hope this makes sense for you. Again, if you're the energy they're bringing is somebody with PTSD, severe PTSD from war, kind of trying to fight these very good-hearted civilians. So the civilians, yeah, they don't know. Well, they've never been to war, first of all, and there's something about needing to heal this mindset or really soften something up here. And by the way, I'm never going to judge somebody because when you have to fight for your life, and I mean literally or even just metaphorically, and then try to act like everything is okay, it is not an easy transition. So I'm going to cry for you because I can just see that this is like you literally kind of shaking in the corner, and you know people are coming to like hug you and you jump because you think they're going to hurt you, um and it is going to scare people away. Okay, so there is a strong need to get very um rooted in this new life of yours and grounded, and that this divine orchestration, I want to say this is what they're saying, when you were at war or in survival mode or learning all of these lessons that are bringing you here to your new conscious awareness, new level of awareness, new level of consciousness. There's all this stuff coming through. Um, there, all of that was needed. So the divine allowed all of those things that happened to you to happen. And I know that sounds for some people that's hard to hear, for an alchemist, that is what you call life, right? So when you're alchemizing a bunch of pain into a bunch of power, and I don't mean the kind of power where you go around, you know, controlling others or anything like that. I'm talking about where you become extremely successful by way of the pain that you had to endure. But I lost the message a little bit here, but there was something about um that's what it was. Okay, so they're saying the reason why you endured all of that was because it was very orchestrated for you to do so, so you could get to here where you are now, and no longer are those lessons needed. So I know you've had to protect yourself, and by the way, they're saying don't stop discerning, right? But not everyone is out to get you, and not everyone is malicious, and not everyone is evil spirited. Okay, but you have run into a lot of those kinds of people very intentionally so that you could get to where you are. It was a part of your ascension process, a part of becoming whatever it is you're becoming here. Maybe you are a healer or some sort of um influencer of some sort, and that can be in any light. By the way, you could be a famous singer in your future here, whatever this extremely successful thing coming is. And that is influential. And sometimes just the tones that your voice hits, but you needed to get through and go through all of this. Like, I'm going to say it's like a whatever course. I don't know what this is. Obstacle course is what they're calling it. The obstacle, and it was like not a cute little ropes course. This was like um what do you call those, like mines and shit, since you were going, like, you were near death experiences, and that feels very literal for some of you, that you had to endure nearly dying several times in order to learn how to live and truly live and thrive. And what's coming next is your moments of thriving. But the divine wants you to have faith again, that they are no longer sending in lessons that felt like you were fighting against the world and the world was fighting against you. You were on an obstacle course, a divinely orchestrated obstacle course to get you to a place. It's like there's a meme coming through that's like, maybe your life is harder because your calling is higher. It is. So whatever this obstacle course was is no longer needed. However, they're saying don't stop discerning. Don't just trust everyone. Take what you've learned along the way and use your discernment. But there's no longer going to be, I want to say, as many, because you're going to run into people who are malicious or who, think of their financial gain before they think of other people's well-being. You know what I mean? So you are going to run into people like that in the business world or whatever this is, that don't have your best interest at heart. That very few people will ever have your best interest at heart, by the way. As long as you do, we're doing okay. But there are going to be a lot more people who are at least not trying to hurt you to succeed or something like that. I hope this makes sense for you. It is not going to feel like the war you've been in for the entirety of your life any longer. And let's get some tarot. Hmm. Ace of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards for this it's like the foundation that you've built through all of these trying times. And they feel very painful, by the way. I kind of want to keep saying, like, this doesn't feel like, it's like, I want to say there's just a difference between a tough, having it a little tough, or what you had was an extreme course of obstacles that felt like you could have literally been on your deathbed several times. You could have battled with addictions, and certainly I feel like battled with um, learning boundaries for your own body, and having to fight for your life literally with people who did not respect other people's literal lives. Okay, something like that. And I'm not just talking about they didn't respect your livelihood or they were mean to you at work or anything. Like, this is people who took advantage of your weaknesses when you were feeling like you had nowhere to go, or it hurts. Whatever this is, it feels so painful. But wherever you're headed, it's like you're going to be able to heal from and almost forget the past. Not in It's just like it's not going to be at the top of your mind anymore. It's going to be in the back of your mind, and you're never going to totally forget what you've been through, and you're not supposed to, by the way. But you're not going to have to feel like this little. I'm watching you again in the corner shaking, and somebody comes to hug you, and you jump, and you're no longer going to have to fear every moment or something like that. You're no longer gonna It's like you're not gonna be stuck anymore either. There was this stagnancy that you couldn't. Wow. I'm sorry, this is so powerful for you, whoever I'm reading for. I feel just honored to be reading for you. So the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, it's like just everything that you've done it so intricately, and you followed every divine guidance that you've received, and it's like you did it all by yourself. It's so powerful, but there is abundance coming in every area of your life, and new beginnings coming that are, again, going to require that you let down the weight of the world, or the weight of the war, is what they're saying. Oof. Some like sweet everything that aligns with you. By the way, the Two of Cups is about perfect alignment, but I am getting that there is love coming in for you as well, that is going to be perfectly aligned with your new life, your new beginning here. Your new frequency is what this is saying, that you have a new frequency, and there where things are going to be totally different financially, where things that you're going to be inspired to do are just different than the calling that you had previously. Again, I feel like you followed every single divine inspiration that you got. But a lot of those were into the shadows, into the darkness. I'm watching you kind of crawl into the darkness by yourself, nobody there to protect you. God has always been there, obviously, to protect you. I can't stop crying. I don't know what's going on with the astrologically. It's a full moon in Capricorn. So what's going on, Capricorn? Why are you feeling so emotional? I'm just kidding. I'm feeling emotional for you because it's like, wait, something is lifting, shifting in such a divine way, that it feels too miraculous to be true. It's like everything is going to finally start working out for you, where it's been, again, now they're showing me that the bar in the reels where they had it stopped on purpose, and they're taking the bar out, right? Things are really going to start shifting in your favor. I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune. It's not here. But blossoming abundance certainly sounds like the Wheel of Fortune to me. Woman holding a coin. You can be male, female, or non-binary, by the way, but new beginnings on this new frequency are on the way, including in the love department. I'm going to get one more, and then we'll probably close the reading there. Five of Pentacles, and this is like the exact energy that they're saying there. This energy is an energy. The Five of Pentacles is about lack, or about, I want to say, financial constraints, which I was talking about earlier. I think things have been very financially unstable for you, and it kind of felt like, I'm getting like your Saturn in the second house or something like that. I don't know anything about astrology, guys. Don't ever quote me on any of my astrology stuff, but it feels something like you've been destined for struggle for the majority of your life, or up until now, maybe half of your life. It doesn't have to be that much, by the way. You could be anywhere from probably 20 to 50, 60, 70 years old. Whatever it is, you've put in so much hard work, dedication, and solitude. Isolation is actually, it's like, it's not just like happy-go-lucky solitude here. This was like heavy isolation that you went through in order to get to where you are today. And this means like feeling isolated from the world even when you were a part of it, and it feels painful and very left out and very abandoned by everything and everyone. And it was, again, I want to say, I know it sounds terrible, but if you can get to a point where it sounds like a setup for a successful future, this is what alchemy is. So the reason why you had to go through all of that was in order for you to actually soar higher than any of those people that made you feel left out before. Or I'm getting like, what's this word? Not scrutinized, although that ostracized is, I think, the word that I'm looking for, you guys. The Justice card, by the way, is on the bottom of the deck. And that's exactly what's coming for you after a life full of lack. And they're saying, by the way, this is an energy or a mentality. So even when you start to succeed here, which is coming, whether you're ready or not, and the divine says you are, but you do have control over your mindset. And by the way, even with $1 billion, you can still end up in this Five of Pentacles energy, this lack mentality. And so they're saying to make sure to take every moment and embrace every, it's like, I want you to breathe in. I'm getting smell the roses, but I'm also watching you sit on a beach and breathe in the sunset, right? I want you to feel every single moment, and enjoy every precious moment. Of course, nothing is guaranteed forever or to last a lifetime. But they want you to embrace every good moment that you have here that's coming towards you, and not sit in this lack mentality, and to really work on your mindset. Okay, that's what they're saying. Because again, you can have everything in the world and not feel like it. And if you don't feel like it, you don't have it, baby. That's the reality. But by the way, you can have nothing and feel like you have everything, and you have everything, baby. The mindset is something that they really want to stress for you here. Is it's very important that you don't take, that of course this is a process. You're not going to know how to thrive right away. This is a process of going from surviving to thriving, and it is a hard transition, especially when you've endured what it feels like you've endured in this lifetime. Again, life and death situations in constant fight or flight mode. And I'm getting this little sweet, very, okay, let's talk about, like, they're giving me now a dog that has not been humanized, socialized. Of course, we all know that they probably shouldn't have been in the first place, blah. I'm not going to get into the conspiracies or whatever, why we are, making animals sit in these little caves that we sit in, the houses that we shouldn't be in. But they're showing me a dog who has not been socialized and is very aggressive originally, and that is something that you are going to have to work on, because we will lose thriving mode if we can't get out of survival mode. I hope that makes sense for you, because we will push away everything that is sent to us as a blessing to help us thrive. We'll lose it all if we are stuck in this survival mode. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Your survival mode kept you alive. Okay. It literally kept you alive. So there's no shame in that game, but I want you to enjoy the rest of this time here that you are going to be thriving. So there is a strong need to work on that mindset. Okay. Meditations, breathing, pausing, all these things. There's a lot of, you can go look, if you want to Google how to go from that mentality of surviving to the mentality of thriving, do that. Take courses, whatever it is you feel that you need to do to get there, because you have a lot of abundance coming in every area of your life, because you deserve it. You worked very hard for it. So I want you to enjoy it and not ruin it. Okay. I love you so much. And I will see you guys very soon. If you've made it this far, don't forget to hit the like button. I will see you very soon. A happy full moon in Capricorn. I love you. Goodbye.